Hi, everybody. It's Terry. I'm totally on this right now on this Bohemian Rhapsody kick, and it's a lot of things. I'm not going to give away anything because a lot of you may not have seen it, but it's gone through this connection with a lot of things. Has happened, by the way. It's gone through a connection of me through my youth, teenage years, watching the movie. I went through this time travel from from 1975 to 1991 in where I was going through in my development. And the one thing that really hit me, and this is such a wonderful example, that's why I want to share it, is the message in the whole movie came through about Freddie and the rest of the band talking about talking about what they want to do, their passion. And they said so many times in the movie, this is what we believe in, this is what we want to do, this is the song that wants to be written, this is the kind of music I like to play. All those examples came in. And when I look at that, I start seeing that the admiration I had for Freddie in the later years during that time when it wasn't so cool to be out of the closet. Remembering when I was 17, 18 years old, watching him on stage on videos, saying, oh, there's this gay guy on stage and he's not afraid to be who he is. That just awakened me on that. And the next part was when they're being criticized and the music business doesn't want them, their recording manager doesn't want them to put Bohemian Rhapsody on a single. It's too long. We know that's gone through music so many times with everyone from the Beatles with Hey Jude to the Allman Brothers, whoever else. And they stuck with it and they said, this is the song. This is the song we wrote. It's complete. This is what we want. And it won't be the same song if we cut it. No, hell no, we're not cutting it. So it comes all over my mind in the passion of when we have something that is truly ours. It's perfect. This is what we're being called to do. We don't compromise. We don't compromise who we are, our authentic self. I mean, how much I would have loved to have gotten that message 35 years ago when I was a young teenager struggling with who I was, trying to find my own identity, and afraid sometimes to stand out and be myself. I'm glad I got it now, and I'm glad all of us are getting that message too, is whoever you are, whatever you do, say hell no to anybody who's trying to change you. And say hell no to any part of yourself. Any of those little messages that are trying to say that you have to conform or you have to go through a different way of doing things. Ignore that. Go through and say, what is the you that's trying to come out? And I can compare this into so many different musicians, everyone from David Bowie, who did some really weird stuff in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s, his whole life, by the way. All of us coming through this stage of different things that we create and admiring different people as I'm trying to do what I want to do and thinking, what would David do? What would Freddie do? I'm about to create, for example, if I'm about to put a blog out and I want to say something, what if this little voice inside of me says, maybe somebody's going to criticize that? Well, do it anyway. I do it anyway. I say what wants to be said. Sometimes I get this little voice that starts pushing me back, but I remember, what would Freddie do? He didn't care. I'm sure he did care. He was worried about what people thought of him. And yeah, that's true. But he didn't care when it came to putting what he wanted out there. He was willing to take the risk. As he said in the movie, if there's not a risk, it's not worth doing. So think with that. I'm going to leave you with that and see where that fits in anything that comes up in your life. And post it below. If anything comes up, I'd love to hear what strikes from you, or if you have any thoughts on that subject. I'd love to hear it. This is on Soul Adventure Network, so it's a comfortable group. We're talking together, and we're in a small group where we know who we are. You can see who the members are. So it's comfortable. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So we'll talk soon. And with that, I'm going to leave you with some thoughts on being your authentic self. Take care.